Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. Today we're going to be talking about how Kotaku is issuing an apology, written by Stephen Turtello. They're apologizing to their fans because they feel like they did something bad when they wrote an article and they ended up getting a bunch of flack and angry replies to it. So they are issuing this reply and apology. And we'll learn more about it as we get into this apology this Stephen Turtello wrote. On Tuesday afternoon, we had published an article headlined "Animated Video Game Porn Could Be a Lot Sexier and Less Gross." It's a piece we immediately regretted and that I wanted to talk to you, the readers, about. I can spare you a click. It was about popular animated porn videos involving well-known gaming and geek franchises, Harry Potter, Pokemon, and Zelda. It initially included explicit screen caps from the videos as well as the writer's description of what she saw as she watched them with a friend. What we published was upsetting to many readers and to me. It was also an uncharacteristically bad call by the people involved who have expressed to me their regret over the story and the pain it's caused readers. Once I saw the article after it was live, unfortunately we began removing images from the post and were preparing a statement that was ultimately put atop the article. It reads: Here's an editor's note. At 5:25 p.m., this story, part of our regular coverage of the intersection of sex and games, originally includes screenshots from several porn parodies with a note that they were not safe for work. We've since removed those images. While the intent of this article was to provide a snapshot of the kind of gaming and geek porn that's out there now, it's clear in retrospect that in terms of the images and the analysis you expect from us, we made a mistake. Readers are understandably uncomfortable about these kinds of depictions of characters who are often depicted as or thought of as teenagers. I am too, and apologize. We can do better and we will. Stephen Turtello, Editor-in-Chief. I've continued to think a lot about the piece this week as I've reviewed how we got here and why our editorial processes failed this time. They've often in the past gone for people who've done stuff they've considered to be reprehensible while others don't. So remember, folks, in the past they've attacked people for similar things that they've done here. We pride ourselves on being willing to cover topics in and around gaming culture, including sex and porn, that others may find taboo. Occasionally we'll publish pretty breezy articles about a new sex game, or about a fandom's excitement about shipping a pair of popular grown-up characters. Other times we'll dive deeper, we'll investigate or closely analyze an interesting, if not always positive, aspect of sex games and their developers, content creators, and communities around them. And I'm sure you never attack people or say untruthful things about them, right? Because others who've reviewed this story have brought up things in the past, like you removing articles, even though later on the article you say you don't do that, or how you just try to bury the story so no one can see it, which I'm probably sure you will do. Maybe in a few days or so. But then again, we have to take your word for it, and you say you will not do anything like that. I have my doubts. For this story, I wish we'd taken that more rigorous approach from the comments under the article. It's clear that's what many of you said. You expected, for example, what does it mean that these parody videos about these particular franchises, many of which feature teenage characters and whose source material is geared towards young audiences, are so popular on websites like Pornhub, some with more than 700,000 views. How do the creators and industry around them operate? Is there a moral debate around them, as there often is in fan fiction and fan art communities for any franchise that features younger characters, and so on? We needed more of that level of scrutiny and nuance, far more than we needed any explicit screenshots. Those images of fictional characters from Harry Potter and the other series having sex were not just shocking but repulsive to readers. The text of the article begged for a different framing than what people clicking on got. That's ultimately on us as editors to have ensured we did not. Our editorial team is resolved that this will not happen again. Uncomfortable as it may be, we strive to own our mistakes at Kotaku. While we do not remove articles, we update them, as we have with Tuesday's piece. In the interest of transparency, I hope this apology will also convey the sense that we get it. We screwed this one up in obvious ways that we hope you will be able to forgive. There's no erasing anything from the internet, but there's also no sense trying to hide from it. We won't. I apologize to all of you. We badly failed to meet our own standards for all of this. I'm sorry. You say you're not going to erase the story, but it's probably because everyone knows about it, and if they see they can't find it, you know you'll face even more angry replies and more ridicule from people who are angry that you've buried the story. Most likely it will be buried, but you'll try to make it more hard for people to find that article. Because other people have noticed this, and because at a lot of different news sites like Kotaku, they tend to bury anything they find inconvenient. They either erase the story outright, or they make it harder, as I've said, to find. And all of this because you guys champion a bunch of, well, porn parodies, or at least one of your writers of articles ended up making it look like you actually support this kind of content. Well, in the past you've gone after other people for making, well, official content that they themselves are promoting, which features sexy girls and the like. If that game features such content, you've come out and say it's misogynist. Or rather, other news sites like Kotaku have done similar things to artists and writers who are just trying to make a buck. Now, if Kotaku has not done that, then I'm sorry. But this all just sounds like you're just, well, trying to say, this isn't our fault, we just made a mistake. Don't stop coming to see our articles. Most likely in the past, these people have been SJW. And at least what I've heard from other people on their reviews and videos about what Kotaku has done about this story, that most likely this is a fitting punishment for behavior they themselves have done to others. I mean, take out some of this art here I'm using at the end of the video. With that last one had Vampirella, and this is apparently an official cover that will soon be released. Here we have a picture of Storm, official art of her from one of Marvel's comics, and you can see she's drawn rather scantily and sexy, but it's certainly not porn, which they were talking about in this article. Now, is it fair that official artists get to draw sexy women in comic books and video games and not face punishment? I mean, they themselves have been ridiculed for doing that, just doing something that they have a very good and unique skill set to make by being able to be great artists. But whenever someone who makes something and tries to start out at it, they get all this flack from SJWs and different game sites, calling them misogynists and racists over such things. I mean, do official artists have to deal with this? Yes. But that doesn't mean it's right. And it certainly doesn't mean that Kotaku should be forgiven for, in the past, coming out and doing similar things. But here we're supposed to forgive them because they made apparently a mistake and they don't want to be yelled at by their own audience. Well, not just their own audience. People are ridiculing them for in the past they've done this to others. You've attacked us in the past. You've ridiculed us, called us racists, misogynists, rapists, any ism under the sun, and you expect not to be ridiculed in return and attacked. This is what happens with celebrities. This is what happens with anyone with power nowadays who is part of the left or the leftist media. They expect to be treated like gods. And that's not going to happen. This is still America. This is still a free country. We're still going to attack you. Just try to be more reasonable, huh? Check out this piece of fan art right here. It's of Courtney Babcock from Paranorman. It's not porn, but it's certainly more of a sexier piece. And yes, she's a teenager. And you can see here, they're just making something like zombies stink, while she just holds one of the zombie skulls in flaming fire. Just a little bit of a, well, what's the word I want to look for here? A pinup pose. But nothing really too sexy. Now, making art is fine. You gotta start somewhere if you want to do something in this life, if you want to be an artist. So on a final note, before I wrap up my video, Kotaku, remember this. You will be attacked if you make a mistake, because you've attacked us, and we will attack you back if you keep doing it. If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is going to run unsubscribing people, so make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you're not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics, They're Bad For You. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. And could you please share this video? Share it on Twitter and share it on Facebook, because YouTube is also not going around promoting their creators' videos anymore, and it would really help me if you could please share this video. Keep your ears peeled. I'm going to plug for my independent comic book again. Keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.